Okay, when we don't have the people in the United States that have degrees in math and science, or engineers and scientists, to do stuff that's gonna make our life better and solve the problems that we're inevitably gonna run into. It ain't gonna be that basketball player. It's not gonna be that football player. It's not gonna be that guy in track. It's gonna be somebody that spent time in math and science, that was motivated by their teachers, motivated by their parents, motivated by people in the industry to do something good. And I was really fortunate somebody did that for me. And I was fortunate I could fly in space and do some really remarkable work and build something like that we could eventually get us to another place in the planet, another place in the solar system. My charge to people here that are adults, that are in professions, is to seek out people and encourage them to do their very best. Art, science, whatever, do their very best. But we need to get kids interested in math and science. I'm working, I'll close with this, do some questions and answers. I'm working with some folks in South Dakota right now. A gentleman named Stacy Phelps works out there at Gullah Lakota College on the Pine Ridge Reservation. For the past 16 years, Stacy has taken kids off the res, brought them into the South Dakota School of Mines for a 6-week program. It's called Gear Up. It's a program that's run around the country, but this is a specific summer program. He brings kids off the reservation, puts them in class in a school, in a college environment for 6 weeks, and he lets them go home on weekends, sometimes he doesn't, but he gives them that opportunity to see what it's like to be in college from September 1st to Thanksgiving, okay? Long before they have to go to college, starting when this is when they're in high school. Out of the kids that have gone through this program, he's done for 16 years, every single kid in that program, is over a few hundred, have gone on and graduated from high school. This is in an environment where there's about a 20% graduation rate from high school. Kyle, South Dakota, Pine Ridge High School. But all the kids that graduate from that program graduate from high school. Of those kids, 85% of those kids have gone on to college. Another 10% have gone into the military, maybe 5% haven't. You got about a 95% success rate on getting people in a place to be productive, capable citizens. And he's got a phenomenal ability. He's done it very well. But he's trying to do this now, and I'm working with him to do this as an institute for Native American kids, and hopefully tailored for all kinds of kids, that you can go in from 8th through the 14th year of school and come up with this an in-residence type of program. You kids interested in math and science, and let them go back to the reservation. Let them go back and take their education knowledge back to their homes to hopefully do something better. And we're working on that right now. So I'm motivated about doing that because that's, I think, my charge now that I've had the chance to fly in space, and people have been fortunate to help me to make a difference. Because somebody out there walking the surface of the Earth today is going to go to Mars. I really honestly believe that. Because what happened on Mars that changed this atmosphere could happen here, and we need to learn as much as we can. So thank you very much for the opportunity to share the story and get on my soapbox a little bit, because I think it's very important. I'd be happy to answer any questions you have, and then y'all tell me when to stop, because I'll keep going. Yes, sir. What's my opinion about the manned mission to Mars? I think it will happen. Right now we have robotics, some phenomenal robotics missions to Mars. Robots do great things, but robots don't have the ability to do intuitive thinking. They can't walk out there and go, they can be programmed to do something really neat, but they can't stop in midstream and go, oh, look at that, and go over here and see this and pick it up and analyze it. I think we need to have a reason to go to Mars, for one, be it commercial or political. That's usually what people, why things happen. If we find something on Mars robotically that indicates to us that there is life on Mars, or there was life on Mars, it is going to fundamentally change the way we look at ourselves. Fundamentally change our opinion of our place in the universe. That will be the motivator that will strike us out to go do that. Because if it existed there, it exists other places as well. Okay? And we are not alone. So that's a fundamental thing that I think is going to happen if we can find that. And we know there's water on Mars, and there was water, and it's about 70 degrees in the daytime. So maybe there is something we haven't found yet. And I think we need to find it. Hopefully in about 20. How old are you? 12. Okay, give yourself 20 years. About that time, you'll have been in a profession doing something. You could be the first person on Mars. Okay, that's about the age range right there. That's somebody that can do that. Just can't. Anybody else? Yes, ma'am. What's it like to come back from space spiritually? I think you would not be human if you did not look at the Earth from a perspective and go, that's really tiny. I mean, one of the things that astounded me about being in space was that I knew my friends were down there. I knew my family was down there. I couldn't see them though. You realize that of all the things that you're familiar with all of your life, now you can't see them, but you know they're there. It makes you realize how insignificant you are in the great scheme of things. But you start looking at this whole planet, and you go, man, this is all, is this all we've got? And it can't be. We've got to take care of what we've got, and it's all important. Because if we can't take care of this, we've got to go find something else. Well, let's take care of this. Let's don't screw up somebody else's place. Yeah, let's don't screw up our own world. And then go find something else to screw up. That's not what it's all about. Yes, sir.
In regards to like going to the moon, setting up a station to go on to Mars, will they maybe perhaps do like a manufacturing of sorts there, perhaps, since there's no atmosphere?
Yeah.
Pollution would be a negligible.
I guess, can I maybe rephrase it? What's the purpose of going to the moon, or what would we do if we got there?
Well, I'm looking at maybe the situation, people have needs in technology.
Okay.
But like carpeting and such.
Okay.
But a lot of times the processes involves pollution,
right.
byproducts. About going to the moon perhaps and doing manufacturing like there.
Sure. The idea is we need to be good stewards of where we go and what we do. And having the education and being able to solve the problems before we go, say, hey, if we're going to do some manufacturing, if we're going to go up and mine the moon for helium-3, since you can use in fusion energy creation, if we're going to go mine it, how can we do it responsibly? We need to educate the people so they can develop the systems to do it responsibly. Could be manufacturing, the 1/6 gravity environment that we have here, no atmosphere, but those are the type of problems and questions they're doing. In situ propellant development, how do you go up there and make propellant? You go to the moon, can you make something there so you don't have to carry it with you to bring it back? It's all a matter of what you're going to launch into space. You have to bring it home if you take it. There's a lot of problems. I mean, these are all problems that need to be solved. A lot of stuff we have in our lives, we found out, didn't go out looking for them, but we found them in the process of doing something. A lot of stuff we have from the space program is that things that we found along the way that we never expected. And that may happen on the moon. May go up to do some type of manufacturing, do something else, and we realize something else. That's the key about having a unique classroom environment. You learn stuff in a new classroom. Maybe something you wouldn't have learned anyplace else. And that's what the moon's for. Yes, ma'am?
What did you learn from the Russians at the space station?
What did I learn from the Russians? I learned a little bit of Russian.
Can you pronounce those names?
Yeah. This is Korzun. K-O-R-Z-U-N. Korzun Treschev. This is a V, but it's an F when it's the end of the sentence. Budarin, B-U-D-A-R-E-N. I learned a little bit of Russian. I speak a little bit of Russian, not very well. That's about it. What I learned from the Russians is they have more experience flying in space than we do, long duration. And they've done it very well. Their systems are simpler. It's like